If you are using project reactor in your project, and like how popular Kafka is, and if you are using reactive Kafka, whether you are using Spring or like with project reactor native and reactor Kafka, you must know like in a reactive channel, it will only be advantageous if the end-to-end flow is reactive. If in between any flow is non-reactive, then it is not a good idea. Like you have to create a thread pool and run this synchronous method in those thread pool and again switch to the reactive threads. Not a good idea. So that's why whenever it is always advised to use reactive channel if the end-to-end is reactive. That's why like if you are using database or Kafka or messaging queue or HTTP client, all gradually moved and provide a reactive client for them. So that if the server is reactive native like a native server, then flow from request to the response served, everything which processed in a reactive manner. It doesn't make much sense. Suppose the requests are coming in a reactive manner and then it is going to calling the service and up to suppose DAO layer. These are reactive and when once the database client is used and suppose that is non-reactive, then that is becomes synchronous. There is no point. Then the thread is blocked and we lose all the benefit of the reactive. So why I'm discussing this one today is I heard the news called the Kafka reactive project is discontinued. That is a shocking. Like Kafka is known for creating asynchronous flow basically, and for asynchronous flow, like how good reactive is. Like with a synchronous project, suppose in a limited hardware, you are giving possible to give like 1,000 requests per second in that machine. With reactive, you can give like 10 times of that request. If mainly those are IO requests. If it is CPU bound, then the like reactive is not that great, or it will not get much benefit. But mainly the industry, the processing happens in the IO level, and in that sense, reactive is far far better than non-reactive programming. So coming to the point, I I'm not sure like why it is discontinued, so I'll just give my guess. But yeah, like this project was part of the project reactor, like it is a part of the project reactor bomb, and in Spring also it is added as a dependency, and in both it is like project reactor bomb it will be removed, and in the future like Spring project also it is not going to be there, and it is already marked as deprecated and is already discontinued. Only support maybe will be provided. So yeah, that is all the things I want to discuss. Coming to few points, like yeah, that is what I said. Nothing much. Like they have discussed like why it is discontinued and what is the alternative. But yeah, I will discuss my point of view. I think after the virtual threads in Java, kind of reactive programming slows down, and it makes sense also. Reactive programming, though it is increase the performance of the application, but it is difficult to debug. It is not easy to read. Does it look good to eye as well? Like we know like step by step. And if something is very asynchronously written, it is difficult to read, debug, log. So I'm not a fan of that as well. So with virtual thread, definitely it makes sense to move to virtual threads. Addition of like in respect to AI also, I'll say it will be easy to write code now. So if you are already written code in project reactor, it will be much easier to convert the project to the virtual threads. And if you are writing new code also, it is always better to go directly virtual threads instead of reactive code. So maybe that is another reason. So, okay, the thing is it discontinued. So what is the alternative? Okay, first, if you are currently using and you are not increase the version, then there is no issue. But if you are going to higher version of Spring or higher version of Project Reactor, you are going to miss this. So in that scenario, either create your own reactive channel around the Kafka consumer and producer, which is not going to discontinue, which is still there. Like Spring is also maintaining that. So, but yeah, you have to write reactive wrapper around those. That is one way. Another way, fork the project, Reactor Kafka project, and like make use changes. If anything is breaking, any functionality you want to add or anything. And definitely, I'm sure like people will or community will take care of this project as well. Like, but I'm not guarantee on the supportability and definitely there will be issue and there will be multiple project and like there will be no basically official project anymore. So that is the point here. So I think that's it. Hopefully we'll meet again with another news. Thank you.